English for You. I'm Kat.
And I'm Elsie.
And today we're talking about a very important word. The most important word in English.
我们要讲最重要的一个字在英文里头。
What do you think it is?
I'm not sure.
What do you think? Well, if you had to say what you think is the most important word in English, what would you say?
Then it's the word important.
That's very literal of you. Yeah, I guess, or the most powerful word in English might be powerful. I don't know. Well, I mean, you can think of many words like this, but there's actually one word that stands out above the rest because it doesn't stand out.
Okay.
Interesting.
所以看起来很普通，但它很重要。
So how about in Chinese? What about an important word in Chinese?
Oh, there are so many important words in Chinese. I believe you've studied "de" before.
Which "de"? There's so many "de."
Right, that's the point. Which "de"? So many different kinds of "de." Right?
Yeah, that's what I was
You are
thinking.
so beautiful. 你是漂亮的。
Yeah.
或是 you can run really fast. 你跑得很快。
Yeah. There's so many.
But
so,
they're different.
Yeah, they are different.
And important.
So we are talking about a word kind of like "de" today. So let's find out, and I'm kind of excited about this one because I love language. So let's find out what this article is teaching us.
Reading.
What is the most powerful word in English? You just read it. What is English's most powerful word? Maybe you'd say yes, love, or God. Maybe you're thinking, isn't powerful a powerful word? Every person might say something different, but linguists say the most powerful word is one we're barely aware of. The. The is the most used word in English. It makes up about 5% of every 100 words. But that's not the only reason it's influential. The is a function word. It doesn't have a meaning, but it expresses ideas in language. Look at he scored a goal and he scored the goal, for example. The in the second sentence tells us this isn't just any goal. It could be the winning goal or the last goal scored in the game. Either way, we know it's more significant than just a goal. The also has harmful uses, though. Talking about the Chinese means that the person speaking is grouping all Chinese people together. This can sound offensive because it suggests that all Chinese people think the same. Instead, talk about people as individuals. The next time you say the, remember this little word's power.
So we start off with that important question. What is English's most powerful word? But before we can answer that, we have to know what powerful means, don't we? So powerful, it is an adjective that means having power or having strength. And it can mean several different kinds of things. If something has a powerful effect, that means it strongly affects something. It can make you physically strong. It can mean that you are a powerful person and people want to follow you. Or if something has a strong smell or taste, that's a powerful smell. It's not weak, whatever it is. That's what powerful means. So here's an example sentence. The teacher gave a powerful speech about life that made many people in the audience cry.
Wow, powerful 这个形容词呢，它有很多意思哦，代表力量大的、影响力强的，或是效果强大的。那眼尖的同学会发现，它是由 power 力量加上字尾的 ful 组成的形容词。那我们可以用它来形容什么呢？像是 a powerful leader 强大的领导者，或者是 a powerful president 强大的总统。具有影响力的总统，或者是呢，我们可以说 a powerful speech， 就像刚刚 Kat 给的例句，很具有影响力的演讲，或者是 a powerful drug， 强效的药，也可以用它来形容。那课文说啊，英文里面最有影响力的单字是什么呢？
Well, the article says maybe you'd say yes, love, or God. God is very powerful, apparently.
所以或许你的答案是 yes, love, 或者是 God, 神明，这些可能都是。那到底答案是什么？大家才会揭晓。那这边我们还看到 you'd 的用法，这个 apostrophe d 代表的是 would， 它在说的是 you would，
maybe you would. Maybe so. And the article says, maybe you're thinking, isn't powerful a powerful word? Just like Elsie said, important is an important word.
Just like me. 所以或许你在想 powerful 不就是最有影响力的字吗？就是 powerful 本身呢？是吗？
I guess. Yeah, the article says every person might say something different. It's true. Every person might give a different answer.
Right. 每个人的答案呢，可能都不同。
Yeah, but linguists say the most powerful word is one we're barely aware of. The. Really?
The?
The. T-H-E.
Okay.
You use it all the time.
And we are barely aware of this word,
Yeah,
right?
barely. So let's learn what barely actually means. Barely is this adverb that means almost not at all, or almost none, or almost never. It's very close to zero, but it's not quite zero. If you're barely aware of something, you know it's there, but you probably don't notice it most of the time. And maybe you won't think about it until somebody points it out to you, until somebody says, hey, do you ever think about this? And you think, oh yeah, I remember that. So barely, in any case, means there's only a very small amount, almost nothing. Other words like this could be hardly, scarcely, almost not. You can also use it with at all after the word to show emphasis. So barely X at all. Here's an example with that. It's so dark in this room. I can barely see anything at all. Means I can see almost nothing. Now, if you're aware of something, that means you know about something or you know something is there. It's in your mind. So if you're barely aware, it means you almost don't know or almost don't think about this word at all.
Barely 这个副词呢，代表几乎不或是几乎没有。再给同学们几个例句哦。I can barely move， 我几乎不能动。The words are barely visible， 字几乎看不见。那你会注意到。这个字它本身是否定字，所以你前面的动词不要再否定一次咯。再来一个例句 ，They barely make ends meet every month， 代表他们每个月几乎快要入不敷出。那在这个句子里面呢，我们还看到了 linguist。
Linguist, yeah.
他们是谁呢？他们是语言学家，所以他们读的这个科目叫做语言学 linguistics.
I am studying applied linguistics in school, which is like linguistics for teaching language.
Right.
Yeah.
那课文里面呢还用到 we're barely aware of, be aware of something， 代表的是意识到某物的存在。So for example, are you aware of this problem? 你有意识到这个问题的存在吗？ I don't think you are aware of these risks. 我不认为你有意识到这些风险。所以呢，语言学家说啊，最有影响力的字就是我们几乎没有意识到的字 ，the。
The. So the is the most used word in English, easily. It makes up about 5% of every 100 words. 5%. Out of every 100 words you say, the is 5 of them on average.
Right. 所以 the 这个字呢，是英文中最常被使用的字，每100个字里面。The 就占了5%。OK， 那我们还看到了 make up something 这个用法，它代表的是组成、构成。So for example, the class is made up of 13 girls and 19 boys， 代表这个班级是由13个女孩和19个男孩组成的。那这边呢，例句给的是被动，所以你会发现被动用法当中会多出 of 这个介系词，要记得哦。
So the is very frequently used. It's used very often. But that's not the only reason it's influential. Of course not. If that was the only reason, you could just say it's the most common word in English, not the most powerful. But we need to learn first what influential means. If something is influential, it's almost the same meaning as powerful. It's an adjective that means something is powerful in a way. It's not physically strong, though. It has the power to change other things, is more like what this means. So an influential person has the power to make other people change their behavior, where they touch some part of their life, whether in a good or a bad way. For an example, your parents are influential in your life. Your teachers and your friends are too. They help you change your behavior. They help you shape the person you are. Something influential has an influence on something else, or influence on people, or it influences those things. So influence is both the noun and the verb of influential. So for an example, the New York Times is quite an influential newspaper. For many people, it's the first place they look to get their news.
influential 这个形容词呢，代表有影响力的。那我们也可以用刚刚学到的 powerful 来说。那 influence 是它的动词或者是名词的形式，代表影响或是影响力。那接下来给同学们名词的用法哦，像是 be a good or bad influence on somebody， 代表对某人是好的或坏的影响。For example, I don't think you are a good influence on him. 我不认为你对他是有好的影响。或者是呢，我们可以用 have a strong influence on somebody， 代表对某人有强大的影响。For example, who had the strongest influence on you when you were a child？ 小时候谁对你有最大的影响力？那再来呢，现在有很多的网红、网美或是 YouTubers，我们可以叫他 online influencers， 代表他是可以影响你的人。那课文这边说啊，但那不是他具有影响力的唯一理由。那个代名词 it 指的是 the 这个字。
So who or what is influential to you?
Your parents?
Yeah.
What about you?
Probably my parents, or at least they were when I was younger. I think now, I don't know.
Maybe
like
my best
friends. Yeah, friends and my girlfriend. Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, back to the article. The is a function word. Yay, function word. It doesn't have a meaning, but it expresses ideas in language. So let me tell you a little bit more about a function word.
Okay.
This is a word that has a use, but not a definition. So it doesn't have a meaning per se. You can't say like, what does the mean? And somebody can tell you.
Okay.
Things like and, if, until, even, all, both, something like that. There are many different function words. So is another one. And the opposite is content words or lexical words. How do you tell the difference? You use a dictionary to find content words meaning, and you use a grammar book to learn to use function words.
Okay.
So that's how it works. Now, function words express an idea in English. Now, to express means to show something or say something in some way. You can express your emotions, your ideas, and so on. It's a way to get across a meaning to somebody. A word expresses what it means and what it does. A function word communicates an idea. Art is a way to express things too. So an example might be, the painting expresses a feeling of sadness and loneliness through its dark blue colors.
好，所以刚刚 Kat 介绍的 function word， 它代表的是虚词或是功能词，像是英文中的介系词啦 of, for, with， 代名词 he, she, it， 这些都是 function words。那相反的，刚刚他有提到content words， 那就是有意义的字，可以在字典里面查到它意义的。那另外呢，我们还看到了 express 这个动词，代表的是用言辞表达。To express oneself 代表的是表达自己。To express emotions 代表的是表达情感。To express an opinion 代表的是表达一项意见。那 express 还可以当作形容词用哦，代表的是特快的、快捷的，像是 express train 特快的火车 ，express delivery。特别快速的递送，可能邮件啦，或者是你要的东西，或者是食物。那课文这边说到 ，the 是一个功能词，本身没有意义，但是可以在语言当中表达出概念。那我们来看一个例子，同学们会更清楚。So here is an example.
So let's look at how the can be used. Look at he scored a goal and he scored the goal, for example.
Okay, what's the difference between these two sentences? 为什么一个要用 a， 一个用the?
So one is he scored a goal, one is he scored the goal. The in the second sentence tells us this isn't just any goal.
OK， 所以第二个句子当中呢，使用的 the 在告诉我们这不是任何的射门。
It could be the winning goal, or the last goal scored in the game, or it could just be the last goal that was scored. So it's some important kind of goal.
OK， 所以可能是赢得比赛的那一次射门，或者是比赛当中最后一次射门。
Either way, we know it's more significant than just a goal.
不管指的是哪一个呢，我们知道这个特定的射门 ，the goal 比起 a goal 来得更重要。
So if you score a goal, that's great. If you score the goal, maybe your team is celebrating you.
OK，
Yeah. So the also has harmful uses though.
Really?
Yeah, it's true. It's kind of how you put it with other words. So harmful here is an adjective that means able to harm or hurt, or is hurting somebody or damaging something. So we see the suffix full, F-U-L, makes harm, which is usually a noun or verb, into an adjective, meaning full of harm. If something is harmful, that means it can hurt things or people just by existing, like smoking is harmful to our health. So an example, the air in the city is so dirty that it's harmful for us to breathe and could cause lung diseases.
Harmful 这个形容词呢，代表有害的，那它是由 harm 加上字尾的 ful 组成的，那跟刚刚的 powerful 组成的形式是相同的。那我们用 harmful 可以形容什么呢？像是 harmful side effects 代表的是有害的副作用 ，harmful chemicals 有害的化学物质。Be harmful to somebody or something 代表的是对某人某物有害。那我们可以用 have a harmful effect on something or somebody. For example, watching too many YouTube videos could have harmful effects on people, especially on children. 看太多 YouTube 影片对人会有不好的影响，特别是对小孩们。那课文这边说到呢，不过the 也有害的用法哦，什么意思呢
？All right, so we know that the can be harmful, but how? You would think that this little word, what can it possibly do?
对呀，the 为什么会有害呢
Well, the article says talking about the Chinese means that the person speaking is grouping all Chinese people together. Or other examples might be the blacks, the gays, the transgenders, that kind of thing. If you call a group by that, it's kind of not good. Like people, you know, you're not supposed to say that kind of thing.
So it's impolite to say something like this.
Yeah, basically.
The Chinese 在 Chinese 中国人前面再加个 the， 它有一种将中国人都归为一类的含义在，可能会有歧视的成分。OK，那再来呢？我们看到 group somebody or something together， 代表的是将某人或某物归为一类。So for example, don't group me and my sisters together. We're different. 不要将我和我的姐妹们归为一类，我们是不同的。
So why is it bad? Well, this can sound offensive because it suggests that all Chinese people think the same. Yeah, so offensive here. This means that something is able to offend people. It upsets them. It makes them angry. It hurts their feelings. When they hear it, they're like, oh, why'd you say that to me? That's rude. Something offensive is like an insult. For example, if I tell a thin person like, you're too skinny. You look like a skeleton. Ugh. Eat a sandwich. Ugh. That's offensive.
That's very offensive.
Yeah, because I'm judging them for being thin. And you never know what somebody is going through, so just don't say rude things to people. Don't say offensive things to people, even if they make you mad. And if you feel offended after somebody says something mean, you can say, I find that offensive. I find something offensive. So, for example, the president said that women shouldn't be in politics. And many people found that very offensive.
OK, offensive 这个形容词呢，代表冒犯的。所以课文说啊，这可能听起来会有冒犯的感觉，就是把中国人全部都归为一类 ，the Chinese 这样的说法。因为呢，那就隐含了所有的中国人都是一样的意思。
So I think maybe a recent example is, you know, there's been a lot of problems with for Asian Americans in the U.S. these days, and I think the old president, Trump, was talking about them like the Chinese brought the virus.
That was offensive.
Yeah, the Chinese brought the virus to the US, or like, you know, the Asians, something like that. So you don't want to talk about people in that kind of way, especially if it's like the somethings. Yeah, it's not good. So the article says, instead, talk about people as individuals. So you could say Chinese people, some Chinese people. Like, that way you know it's not talking about all Chinese people, some Chinese people.
But what does individual mean?
Individual,
It's like a person?
Yeah, it's one person. Instead of a group, it's one person who has their own thoughts, their own thinking, their own behavior, that kind of thing.
所以取而代之的应该要以个人为重。
So the article says, the next time you say the, remember this little word's power. The.
下次呢，当你说的时候，你要记得这个渺小单字的力量。It's very powerful.
Yes, it is. And it has other uses too. These are only 2 of them. In fact, I think the has a total of 17 different meanings.
17个不同的意思。
Yeah, so it's pretty fascinating. You will learn a little bit more about it in the magazine, and you can look up even more on your own. So that's all we have about this little word. Right now, we're going to go to our For You chat.
For You Chat.
Okay, today's For You Chat question is, what other words can have many different uses or meanings? Give some examples, Kat.
Okay, well, one I can think of is to. I mean,
T-O-O?
T-O-O, or there's also T-W-O or T-O. There's lots of different, meanings of those. But to, T-O-O, by itself has several meanings. Like, this is too hot means it's like overmuch.
Or I like that person too.
Exactly.
我也喜欢那个人，所以有太跟也的意思。
Yeah. So then we have so. I am so hungry.
哦，这个是好饿，
Yeah. So I will eat something.
所以我要吃东西。
Yeah.
两个意思 ，two meanings。
How about like? I
like you.
I like you because you look like my sister.
I was gonna say my mother. Oh my god.
Ooh.
所以呢，一个是喜欢，一个是像。
Yeah. Okay. How about run?
The word has so many meanings.
Yeah, you can run, like you can actually run.
跑步
You can run a country.
Or run a company.
Yeah, or run away. Well, that's kind of run. Yeah. How about play?
Play 玩耍。
Yeah,
或是
like
剧
you can play together. You can play the piano. You can play soccer.
Or you can watch a play.
Yeah, or put on a play. So there's lots of different meanings of play. And there's other words like this, like come and go and, I don't know, different things. Yeah,
So many.
There's lots. So you can look up more of these and you can find words that have two different, completely different meanings. And yeah, enjoy learning about language. It's very fun. It's very fascinating. So that's all we have for now. We will see you next time in the next video. Bye-bye.
See you.
Vocabulary Review.
Powerful. The teacher gave a powerful speech about life that made many people in the audience cry. Barely. I barely see my sister now since she got a new job in another city. Influential. Sherry's older brother was influential in her life and made her want to play sports like he did. Express. Arthur struggles to express himself through words, but he can do it well by drawing pictures. Harmful. Tony has a lot of habits that are harmful to his health, like smoking and eating too much sugar. Offensive. Sophia found the things her date said offensive, and she walked out before the end of the meal.
智慧小补帖
Linguist.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net